Big exciting news to start your Friday afternoon as the third stimulus check vote is finally happening. The bill will pass next week. The moment is finally upon us. The $1.9 trillion stimulus package of Joe Biden will finally get passed next week. But a few days before, we'll see the bill. Finally, we'll see how much is hazard pay paid, what's going on with EIDL, how do you apply for hazard pay, who are essential workers. We'll see questions like the earned income tax credit, is that payable this year? We'll also see the adult dependents, will they getting $1,400 or are they going back up to $3,200? A lot of questions. I'm just really excited for you as we finally get to the finish line. I was excited last night. I had to go to the casino. There was Sir Lloyd. I was sitting at the bar just having my it was a $5 ice cream because it was on sale last night. But then Sir Lloyd came up and said, I heard the bill is getting passed. I said, yeah, it is, Sir Lloyd. Anything for cows? I don't know if there's anything for cows. You know, you are the lobbyist for the cows. You have gotten money before anyone else has gotten it. Well, you know, we need more moolah for the cows. And, you know, can you touch base with Mitch? Maybe he can help me. Mitch is a cow, but he's no longer the head of the cow. He's no longer in the herd. Have you heard that? I've heard that. Well, you know, Chuck is a cow. And Chuck is not a cow. Elizabeth is a cow. She's not a cow either. Well, you just don't know they're a cow until they suddenly give you the moolah, and then you're like, they're a cow. Sir Lloyd, how can we be certain? Well, ultimately, it depends on how much cow you get and how much moolah you push in the final tip of the cows. Do you have a tip-off? I do not have a tip-off. I'm a cow. I don't tip other cows off. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's afternoon to LALATE, and I'm so glad you're here with Sir Lloyd. All we need is Javita Late to walk in the set with some scars, and we'll be good and ready to go. We're on our modified set with a modified camera angle and a modified lighting because we're getting ready for the third stimulus package bill next week, the third stimulus package vote, and also the debut of the new LALATE. So I hope you're excited as I am for the new, exciting, and enhanced viewing experience that's coming to this channel. So get ready. If you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Also, like this video. It's important that you subscribe and like this video because the liking helps the video appear higher in the rankings. And it's important you subscribe because I don't want you to miss anything. I've seen some really wonderful comments lately on the channel from people who aren't subscribers. So make sure you subscribe. We're trying to add another 1,000 subscribers next few days. Let's do it. Also consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, or Calcino VIP get access to documents in the third stimulus package before anyone else. In this recording, I'm going to go over the anticipation of what's in the third stimulus package, what we know about, what we don't know about, what we'll see next week, and more. And with that, let's get to the breaking news. The breaking news as you sit here today is that we finally have reached the finish line. Next week, the third stimulus package will be passed. Pass, says Nancy Pelosi. The vote will be called and the bill will be passed. Why is it going to be passed? Because all the subcommittees have already worked on the bill. The last subcommittee to work on it is this coming Monday, and it's done. It's done. Wow. Now, it's done for purposes of the House. It then goes to the Senate, and they can still modify it. But boy, we are out of the big Temple of Doom. And then we're into the Broadway room of doom. You know, we're up to the Lobster Fest after this. It's really exciting, great news. Now, what's also great, exciting news is that next week we'll see the bill itself. I mean, I've been wanting to see this bill ever since I've been wanting to see a new San Francisco hairstyle. But, you know, some things come before others. And finally, we will see the bill. There are some provisions in the third stimulus package we just don't know about. Because let's recap. In January, this channel nearly exclusively obtained a 30-page summary from Joe Biden that explains his own third stimulus package bill. Now, the summary certainly was digressed from by the president in the weeks that came. He sort of moved away for certain items that he said were in there. Then Nancy Pelosi, the Speaker of the House, debuted a memo that gave us more clarity of new items like mortgage assistance that was not in his summary. So that's why this channel has always delivered you so much clarity about what's in there. But even among those documents, there has been lack of clarity from the administration as to what is going to happen with certain items. Let's go through those items right now. Hazard pay. We know nothing about hazard pay. All we have from the president on hazard pay is that he's going to urge corporate America to pay you hazard pay. That doesn't sound like the federal government's going to pay you hazard pay, but maybe it will. Then he also talks about public sector hazard pay, where $350 billion will be given to states and local so that they can pay you hazard pay. Again, that sounds like the money's just floating to the local jurisdiction to pay you hazard pay, but how it's paid, we don't know. Earned income tax credit, which is also a hazard pay instrument. It's $1,500. It's a $1,500 stimulus relief. But ultimately, is it paid next year or is it paid this year? We initially thought it would be paid this year. Then we heard it's a tax credit for next year. So when do we actually receive it? There's that item. Mortgage assistance was a great surprise from Nancy Pelosi. We had never heard of it from President Biden. Nancy Pelosi revealed to us mortgage assistance is in the third stimulus package. How much? How do you get it? Where do you get it? We don't know anything about it. We do know that it qualifies for both private sector lenders and public sector. Meaning, if your bank is a private bank like Bank America, you would get covered as much as if your lender is Fannie or Freddie Mae. Freddie or Fannie Mae. Very, very straightforward, but how do you get it? Then we know about rent, utilities, food, and we know that rent is for small, low-income, middle-class, homeless, fear-facing homeless, and social issues of homelessness like like domestic violence. You have to flee the house because of domestic violence. But we don't know how it works. We have heard that you have to be behind on the rent, and that the program would require that showing of being already behind on rent and a lease agreement. But we need to see the language. Then we turn to the EIDL. This is the one that's really peculiar, and all the business items, and then the stimulus checks, and then the FPUC, and then the child tax credit. Let me get to all those details right now. So much hitting across the board. So stay with me because I still have a lot more left in this recording. The stimulus check will be $1,400 for an individual, $1,400 for a child, $1,400 for adult dependents, and $1,400 for everyone else. But the big question is, what about those unpaid first and second stimulus checks? Will that get floated somewhere else? We've always said $3,200 for adult dependents. Why? Because we were told Cash Act of December 2020 was in this bill. Maybe they don't use the language of Cash Act and they just sort of put it somewhere else, that IRS shall pay those unpaid checks. Maybe it's just somewhere else and we just have to see it. Checks will not be taken out for debt collection, not be taken out for child support, not taken out for back taxes. Then, FPUC. FPUC is going to be a fight. Ron Wyden has made it a fight. The Democrat out of Oregon says it's never going to pass when it gets to his Senate. He's not going to sign it. Why? Because he wants $600 a week. He does not want $400 a week. That's number one. Number two, he doesn't want it to expire. FPUC, UI, and PUA will go from March to August. He says, no, I'm not going to allow it to expire in August. I want it tied to economic factors. And guess what? Those economic factors are still going to be around come September and October. I don't want this provision to expire again. I'm tired of doing these bills every 10 seconds, he basically said. So that's what's going to happen after it leaves the House. FPUC, UI, and PUA, big push. Then the child tax credit. That one we sort of know a lot of details about, so I don't expect any more surprises. If you're a child age 5 or younger, you'll get a $3,600 stimulus check plus the $1,400 stimulus check. It'll be paid $300 a month starting the month of July for 12 months. If you're a child 17 to age 6, you'll get a $250 stimulus check every month for 12 months or $3,000 plus $1,400 stimulus check. We know those items. We don't know about the student loan of $1,500. This is the financial aid of $1,700. It says college students will get $1,700 plus $1,400. Is that a grant? Is that a loan? We don't know. That is a big issue we're going to watch as well. And then the earned income tax credit, $1,500. When is that paid? The child care tax credit, when is that paid? But the business loans is the real sort of mystery in here. We were told by the president when he had that major press conference after he was elected on a Thursday night that small businesses were the core of the United States, that small businesses will be given money to get their feet back on the ground, that if you want to go start a new business, he'll give you a loan to go start a new business. We haven't seen that loan to start the new business. Is that in there? Maybe it's going to be in there. We haven't seen that grant to get your feet back on the ground. Rather, what we saw was another round of PPP, even though there's a round in second stimulus that people have still not used. We have seen a $5 million grant for restaurants. We have seen a $5,000 grant for EIDL, and that's it. So perhaps there will be some surprises across the board. Meantime, if you're missing that first or second stimulus check, you can go get it. Viewers have now understood how simplistic the situation is after they were dealing with strange complexities over the last few months. If you never got that first stimulus check of $1,200 and you were eligible for it, or you never got that second stimulus check of $600 and you were eligible for it, file that tax return. When you file that tax return, there's a line on it to request that missing stimulus check, and you will get it within a few days. 2 viewers got it instantly, just in a few days. They were both on SSI and SSDI. They were not required to file tax returns because of their benefit situation, but they still can voluntarily file the tax return, and they did, and they got paid. Ultimately, people always ask me, when will third stimulus become become law? When will I see the money? Here's what I want you to take away. Under the third stimulus package, there is a check and there's childcare, which is automatic. Everything else you have to apply for. So even if the bill became a law today, rent, utilities, hazard pay, EIDL, they don't pay in 24 hours. They always have a time for you to apply and a reaction time for them to process the application. So give it some time. But in the meantime, I want you to watch the video after this, which is purple. I'm bringing back purple in the mix into third stimulus because I want you to understand that I can get you thousands of dollars right now. Because the remainder of the items of the third stimulus package, like rent, utilities, food, internet, are available in the second stimulus law. Why would you wait for third stimulus bill to become law when you can get it as second stimulus law currently? And I got more money for you across the board as well. So join me on the video right after this in which I explain how you get this big money right now, not 5 weeks from now, not 5 months from now, thousands of dollars, $5, $10, $15, $20,000 right now. Also, join me thereafter on Chuck. Big updates across the board. I'll be going live on that recording as well. Stay informed, stay focused. Make sure you subscribe. Also, like this video. And if you've not become a member, consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Casino VIP. Stay informed, stay focused, and stay LALATE for more.